Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're welcome to like, subscribe, share and comment. I'm back with another video. If you want to be part of the graceful family, you know what to do. Just gotta subscribe, like, share and comment, and voila, you're part of the big graceful positive family. So today I'm going to talk about the importance of interviews and the importance of showing up at interviews, right? And then I'm going to give you a synopsis of the number of interviews I've attended, the worst, the best, the traumatic, and what I've learned altogether, right? But golden rule number one, guys, attend all your interviews, especially if you can. So if you are available, let's say you've been applying for a job, right? You've been applying for a job and then you get an interview and you're available, or you already have an offer. Don't stop attending interviews because maybe you're going to start a job next year. Sometimes when you attend interviews, like, you just want to learn better about yourself or learn better about different things. Like, I'll tell you, when I attended a number of interviews, actually, I attended about, I say over 15 interviews. Yeah, I've attended over 15 interviews. And then out of those interviews, I've gotten about 4 jobs. And then I've made about over 100 job applications. So you can imagine you make over 100 job applications and you get about 20 interviews, just like 20%. And then the rest keep quiet. And then out of the 20 interviews, you literally get about 4 job opportunities. So you can imagine how tricky it is looking for a job, but we don't stop. We continue praying. We continue applying, right? So rule number one, show up. You will have to show up. So yeah, guys, like I was saying, it's very important that you show up. Like, golden rule, you have to show up, number one. And then number two, you have to attend all your interviews, because if there's anything that I've learned about interviews, they bring out a different personality out of you, right? So firstly, in interviews, generally you would get questions that you've never came across, and usually those questions force you to think out of your feet. And I think also interviews force you to constantly do self-reflection, because one question that you'd always come across: tell us about yourself, who you are. So if you are not aware, or you don't know the kind of person that you are, or if you don't reflect quite a lot, answering that question will be difficult for you. So it's very important that you constantly reflect and you constantly show up for your interviews, because also it helps you become better. With every interview, you gain like an expertise, like you become one level above. So that's why you find that your first interview goes horrible, your second goes horrible, and then your third interviews go really, really, really well. Because as you attend these interviews, you become better, you become the best in the game. So it's very important that as you continue to apply for jobs, as you continue to pray for jobs, as you continue to attend interviews, attend more of them. They make you a better speaker, they boost your confidence, you become better. Like, even in your confidence, you become more aware, you become more attentive, because also interviews force you to do research. They force you to do research in the space and in the field that you're applying for jobs in. So which means you become more knowledgeable, you become more aware about the industry that you're applying for, right? And then yeah, it's important showing up, guys. You become better at it. Don't be that person to say, oh no, I've already secured an offer. Like, I know with law, sometimes you get your articles within your second year. Some people just decide they're not going to attend interviews, which is, it's not a bad thing. But personally, I would say, even if you get an offer, you've signed a contract, you can attend other interviews just to keep yourself awake, just to keep yourself energetic, just to keep yourself aware. And who knows, maybe the interview you're going to attend actually has a better opportunity, So it's very important that you constantly attend these interviews, because they even improve your speech, your communication skills, your confidence, your resilience and stuff like that. So you become better at these things. You become better at finding a job, because another thing, life on its own is an interview, right? You will meet things in life that you've never came across, things that you need to answer to, problems that you need to solve and stuff like that. So look at interviews like that. Look at them like a day-to-day life, whereby you're discovering more and more about the space in which you're in, or who you are, or who you can become, right? And then now that being said, showing up and attending more interviews and not stop applying. you know. And also be a person who doesn't put all their eggs in one basket, but be the person who spreads their wings, you know. If you are like in law, just ensure that you apply at law firms, you apply at different human rights organizations, you apply at court, you apply in different areas, because as you apply, right, it forces you to do research and you actually become more knowledgeable. And as you become more knowledgeable, you sort of have an idea of where you really want to land or where you really want to be, because the more you read about stuff, you now know the pros, the cons, and all of that, you know. So it's very important that you show up. And then I'm gonna tell you guys of the interviews. Obviously I'm not going to talk about all my interviews, right? I'm going to give you top 3 of my interviews. So interview number 1, the best of the best, it's the company that I work for right now. Guys, you won't believe that that interview was a laughing session, because firstly I was myself and I had become better at interviews. Like, it lasted for around about 40 minutes. I answered all the questions. And guys, when you attend interviews, don't be the person to say I don't know. You can't say that, because it shows that you didn't do research or you're not aware. So you can always try think on your feet, exercise thinking on your feet, or exercise being creative with your answers, you know. So that interview was so beautiful. The people that interviewed me were amazing. Actually, they are amazing people, because now I work with them and then I get to experience them every single day. They are really amazing people. Some questions, yes, I didn't answer the best, but I answered, and I guess that's what made me stand out. The fact that I answered most questions, and those that I couldn't perfectly answer, I had an idea, you know, I attempted, because sometimes the mistake we make in life is not to even try. You know, there's a saying by T.D. Jakes as well, be afraid, but do it anyway. And then there's another phrase, I think by Anonymous, do it afraid. Just do it afraid. It doesn't matter how it feels. Even if you get there and they ask you a very big question, answer. Sometimes if you don't understand, actually ask them to give you a simpler version of the question. Like, maybe ask them to break it down. Ask for clarification, you know. And sometimes we're not able to give appropriate answers or accurate answers. So you find out that you can't give accurate answers, but you have an example of what they're talking about. Give that example, you know, but be creative surrounding your answers, right? That was the best interview that I've attended. My interviewers were kind, they were clear, they were concise, they were interested in me. You know, sometimes attending an interview and a person is not interested, like in you as a person, all they want is your qualification, can be daunting. But I remember with that interview, they were interested in me as a person, me in my career. Like, they were just interested in knowing me more, which gave me like, ooh, actually, I want to work for these people, you know. And then our second interview was a firm that I briefly worked for. Like, it was so beautiful. I enjoyed myself. It was nothing intense. So it was so beautiful, right? I attended an interview. It was 2 ladies. They didn't ask me technical questions. That's what I loved about it. They asked me things like, why did I study law? What do I do outside of law? What are my salary expectations? Guys, just go there with an idea of the kind of salary you want, because sometimes, half the time, they'll ask you, what is your salary expectation? Then see. So do your research. Don't go too high or too low, but like, you know, yeah, just be reasonable. So if the normal salary is like 15,000 rand, try to take it to 16,500. Then, you know, even if you're negotiating, you land on the amount that you really want, right? And then interview number 3 was, oh my God, with an international law firm. Beautiful interview, short and sweet and beautiful. And I was convinced I got the job, but I did not. But it was such a nice interview. The interview was nice. And I think I'm always lucky to get like nice people that interview me, right? And it's always beautiful, because even in my answering, I also show enthusiasm. But if you meet people that are horrible, sometimes they shrink you, which is why you need to attend more interviews, so that you become better at keeping your composure, even when you meet people that are not nice or not kind, whatever the case may be, right? So guys, I've only had one worst interview, right? I have top 3 and one worst interview. Guys, that guy was so technical. I got so annoyed, because in my head I thought, because you're a black brother, you know what it means being a black female in our profession, you're probably gonna be nicer. That guy brutalized me. I remember I literally almost ended my law career because of that guy. I was like, wow, if I'm gonna meet with such arrogant people and such are mean people, then I might as well leave this profession, you know. But the guy traumatized me in that he was asking things like, you know, in law we do a lot of cases. He would ask me things like how many paragraphs were there. He would ask me Latin terms. He would ask me footnotes. He would ask me like a lot of things, and that actually turned me upside down. Like it made me feel so horrible and so bad. And like I was just like, and I kept on saying I don't know, because how do you ask me Latin terms, guys? Latin terms were phased out of the curriculum when I was in second year. As a tutor, I didn't even teach students like Latin terms. I only taught them basic Latin terms. So yeah, but anyway, I got over it. I got a job and I was happier. So my word to you is show up in those interviews. Don't take any interview for granted. Prepare for the interview, and it will make you a better person. It takes out the character you never knew you had. Don't forget to be love. Don't forget to be kindness. Don't forget to pray for other people, and tell me what you think about my hair. I'm sure you guys didn't expect this, but because it's Vlogtober, you're gonna get parts of me that I protect. So rock your crown, be happy, be love, be light. Mwah.